I think you just have to ignore the noise and keep going and keep being innovative. I just keep doing what I'm doing. As I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm learning more about myself. When I first started this fashion and textiles journey, I didn't know that in 2024 I'd be able to say, I'm Banke Kuku. So to be able to become global brands out of Nigeria, we need an industry that can support us. We should be able to get to that point, in good time.
Yeah.
So I think, in terms of fashion, yes, we need to build an industry that supports designers. I definitely know when I was designing Oceans, I was kind of like, I want to do something that nobody else has done. I want to do what I do in a different way that would really be like, wow. And I feel as if I didn't have competition, I don't know what I would have pushed myself that far to create something that was that magical. I'm on a journey and I'm loving it. And loving it doesn't mean that everything is perfect. Loving it is enjoying the process and accepting the things that are not perfect and putting your mind to kind of make them work.
Hello and welcome to MTN Career Series Season 4. We're super excited to be here. And you know how we do it on the show? We have candid conversations with change makers, and that's what we're going to be doing on this particular season. My name is Ria Abdul, and I hope you're ready for this smooth ride. It's definitely going to be an amazing one. And on today's episode, I have a very fantastic guest. Well, she grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, but at the age of 8, she relocated to the United Kingdom. At 19, she graduated and she studied textiles. But guess what? She's one of the best fashion designers in Africa as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, joining me, let's welcome Banke Kuku.
Hi.
High five, girl.
Thank you
How
for
you
having
doing?
me.
It's
I'm
really
good.
nice to
I'm
have you
really
here
good.
today.
Thank you
You look
so
good.
much.
I love your hair. I
Thank
love
you.
the Africanness.
Thank you.
But before we even start anything, big congratulations, on Oceans. It was beautiful. And I just love the way you incorporated, environment and everything. I just want you to tell me quickly, the idea behind it.
So Oceans was inspired by a law which was passed out in 2023 in Lagos, which was banning some non-reusable plastics. And I really started to look into how plastics really affects our environment. So, it has the most impact in the marine environment. So I started looking at like our oceans, the marine environment in Nigeria, what it was then, where it is now, and where it could be in the future if we choose more sustainable options. So basically, Oceans really takes you on that journey of abundance of life, sort of reviving our marine environment, like looking at the beauty, the bubbles, the fish, the seaweed, and the colors, and basically really sending out that message.
And it was beautiful. I think the message really went out. So once again, big congratulations. But I was reading a lot about you, Banke Kuku, and you studied textiles. So come to think about it, I'm like, well, why is she doing fashion? While you were doing that, did you always know that fashion was going to be your thing?
No, I didn't. I studied textiles, and as a textiles designer, you can do so many things. You can go into interior design, you can become a trend forecaster, you can become it's so wide. So I actually spent so much time toying between like who I was. My identity as a designer was something that was like quite conflicting for me for a long time. And then I worked in interiors for a bit, I worked in fashion, I spent years being like, who am I, what am I doing? And then like when I fully went into fashion, it's like there was like a light bulb moment, and I really felt comfortable in it, and I really thought, why didn't I do this earlier? But God's time is the best time.
But I want to know when you got that light bulb into fashion. Like, when was that point that you knew that, okay, I Banke Kuku, I'm going to do fashion?
So I moved back to Nigeria, I think it was 2016, and I was doing my interiors. I was selling cushions, interior fabrics, that kind of thing, lamps, all with my designs. And a customer was like, these prints are so beautiful. I want to go, too beautiful almost to be kept at home. I want to go out in this. Can you make me something? And I was also doing scarves. But she was like, will you make me like something to wear, like a kaftan or something? So I made her a kaftan. And then she ordered another one, and then she got her friends to start ordering them. So I thought, you know what, let me see how I can infuse fashion with my interiors. So I kind of did fashion that would complement my interiors, that was like loungewear, pajamas, kaftan, things you could wear at home, and things that you could also go out in, so it it has two purposes. You can lounge at home as well as go out. So I felt it would be more appealing to the customer because you can do so many things with it. Easy to wear, great on your skin, comfortable, and also vibrant. So when you're at home, you still feel like a burst of energy because I'm in my fluorescent yellow pajamas at home, and I can just throw on my heels and I can go out. So everything kind of fused together, and that's it. That's what I did. So I launched the fashion line December 2019, and then 3 months later we went into COVID, and everybody was at home, and everybody kind of wanted to look stylish at home. Everybody wanted a burst of happiness, joy. I think the colors, I was literally making fluorescent yellow pajamas and pink pajamas and telling stories of, I think the collection I had at the time was called The Parrot's Dream, and it was really like a life behind the parrot, and it was just a really positive collection. And I think I definitely had people messaging me like, I just need something bright and something that's going to uplift my spirit. So I think that time was really when people were, because a lot of people were at home, so people were able to notice my brand online, which was something that did help me grow. At the same time, we were definitely still very conscious about the things that were going on. We were making face masks to support communities. We're doing things to really keep momentum at that time alive.
Exactly. So I hope we give a shout out to that particular customer, that one customer. I hope we still give a shout out to her.
Oh, she's my day one, and she knows.
Okay. But still talking about fashion, I had a conversation with someone and they said fashion is celebrated but not respected. Okay. First of all, do you agree with that statement?
In Africa, yes.
In Africa, okay. Yes. So you started in 2019, and if I must say, you've been consistent because we're in 2024 right now.
Yes.
I just want you to take me through the challenges, especially knowing Nigeria, Africa, how we perceive fashion. What has been some of the challenges for the Banke Kuku brand?
I think even before the Banke Kuku brand, I feel like fashion as a career, growing up, I know things are definitely changing. Growing up, if you're not a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer,
exactly,
then what are you really doing? So having a career in the creative arts was just like, this person has.
People don't take it serious.
Do you understand? But people ignore the fact that everybody needs clothes, whether they're expensive clothes, whether they're affordable clothes. Everybody needs clothes to wear. That everybody listens to music. Everybody watches sports. So it's such a huge industry to be ignored. So I think it's really from upbringing that it is conditioned in our mind that it's not as superior as medicine or law. True. So I think that's really where it comes from. But I feel like through Banke Kuku, I've been able to almost open up the minds of parents and of children to see fashion as a career and as a business. Think about places like India and China. The fashion and textile industry takes up a huge part of their economy. So but it's something that is growing in our society.
But not to cut you short, talking about parents, you mentioned that. I want to know, were your parents okay with it? Did they support you when you started, or they kind of had mixed feelings?
I think at first there was a little bit of concern, and not concern as to they were looking down what I was doing. It's more like, are you able to look after yourself with what you're doing? Because every parent's hope for their child is that you're going to be independent and live your life without their continuous support. So, or even one day you hope to look after your parents.
Sure.
So that was their concern. But I think once I started proving myself, that fear kind of left. And my father is an entrepreneur as well in his own way, so he understood the journey. So
shout out to Daddy.
he did. And so he was just like, if you're going to do this, you're going to be the best at what you do. You're going to go to the best schools. You're going to do the best designs, and as long as you're doing the best, I have no problem. So he really challenged me to do that.
Amazing. Yeah. But also, we see that the fashion industry is saturated. To be honest, in Nigeria, there are a lot of fashion designers, and sometimes you cannot even separate the ones that are doing extremely well to the ones that are just doing, whatever they want to do that doesn't even look so nice. And I know that in some way affects, your work, what you do as well. So how have you been able to like continue the consistency, continue to make people know that, okay, this is Banke Kuku, this is what I stand for? Because people are coming every day. Of course, I'm sure you have people that challenge you. How have you been able to sustain all of that?
I think you just have to ignore the noise and keep going and keep being innovative. Keep, keep putting your best foot forward. They will keep up. They will be playing catch up. I think it's how the fashion industry is worldwide.
Okay.
There are even if, let's say you make something a kaftan that's 10K, there will be someone that sells it for that makes it and they're selling it for 2K because the people, not everybody can afford 10K. So you have to have a balanced market. So it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's not like something that you have to take personally. It's just the way the market is. So you have to look at it as it's a business. This is the business of it, and you have to kind of accept it. But I just keep doing what I'm doing as I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm learning more about myself. When I first started this fashion and textiles journey, I didn't know that in 2024 I'd be able to say, I'm Banke Kuku, and through creativity, culture, craftsmanship, I tell nature stories about Nigeria. I didn't know I would be able to say that, but as I evolve, I'm starting to kind of see who I am in the industry, and that's consistently growing.
Yeah. But how would you say the Nigerian economy is also treating businesses? We all know how it is. How would you say that has affected you, and how is it, how are you able to resolve it and still stand as a brand?
I mean, there's two sides to it. So the economy is globally is hard. Since COVID, things have just spiraled, and you just never know whether you're going or you're coming.
Sure.
So I would say, the environment, but in Nigeria, people are spending more time in Nigeria and traveling less.
Sure.
So people are shopping more in Nigeria. So even though the cost of goods are higher and everyone is frustrating, you're actually making more sales. And buying the idea of buying Nigeria is becoming a lot more fashionable. Before, if you shop Nigerian brands, you're saying like, well, that means you can't afford to travel. Sure. But now it's like, okay, you're buying you wear only Nigerian brands. Wow, that's amazing. You're supporting your industry. I respect that. So it's the different ways of looking at it. But as a owner of a brand, you just have to take the best part of it and ride on that.
Yeah. And talking about buying Nigeria, I'm happy you spoke about that. We love to buy Nigeria, want to support and everything, but there has been a couple of controversies where people have said, why are Nigerian designers selling their outfits in dollars? No, let me land. She's in a hurry to answer that question, but let me land, because a lot of people have spoken about it. I've spoken to fashion designers, and I myself, I still don't understand it, because I'm like, we're trying to support our own. We're trying to buy more Nigeria. We're trying to, we should also support our currency. So a lot of people have argued, why are you charging in dollars?
I don't charge in dollars. I charge in naira.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm like, why do fashion designers charge in dollars?
I think because a lot of things in Nigeria are imported. So sometimes they're paying dollar prices and they're selling in naira. And at the moment, lots of global currencies are dropping, and sometimes the naira does have significant drops in a very short space of time. So let's say the cost of you, let's say they bought their materials for $10, and then they are selling for, I don't know, I'm just putting numbers out there, but they're selling at $12, right? They're selling at equivalent today's equivalent of $12. Tomorrow, that $12 is completely different with the way the currency is kind of devaluing. So they actually end up making a loss overnight, and so that's the only way they can control. That's the reasonable explanation I can give. If it's anything outside that, then
But do you think Nigerians will finally accept that? Because I'm not even Nigerian, I'm Ghanaian, but it's strange for me to be in Nigeria and I'm buying a Nigerian piece in dollars. And I don't know if it's just me, so you guys can let us know in the comment section. I don't know if it's just me.
I think that's the reason. I think that's, and by the way, it's actually illegal to sell in dollars. Putting it out there. Okay. It's not in Nigeria. You're meant to be selling in naira.
Yeah.
So I generally think that's probably the reason why. But you just have to see what we do. We just keep engaging. We raise our naira prices every so often when we have to, we literally have to, because it's also I understand that people are not necessarily earning more. So it's harder for people. I still want my clothes, my customers to be able to buy my clothes, and without thinking, oh my gosh, it's expensive. So I know a lot of them are like, oh my gosh. So I respect that, but I try and take as much on as I can until I have no choice but to.
But you don't think Banke Kuku will ever sell in dollars? Let's hear it on the show now.
No, not in Nigeria.
Okay.
In America, yes.
Okay. Well, not in Nigeria.
Not in Nigeria. Not in Nigeria. We will not sell in dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have done really well in the fashion business. You've been consistent. You've shown sustainability. We've seen Banke Kuku, we've seen the brand, and we've seen what you can deliver. But let's talk about young people that want to get into fashion. I know a lot of young people. Nigeria is hard. Some have even finished school, but they're not able to get jobs and all of that. For a young girl that wants to go into fashion, what should be the drive?
Drive is your passion. I think passion.
But they'll say the passion doesn't put food on the table.
But passion turns into profitability.
Okay.
It does. I think your passion, your drive, and also wanting to make money as well. That has to be part of your drive. Because if you're not making money, then you can't really have a passion, because you need money to fund that passion.
Exactly. I'm glad someone finally said it, because you see those motivational speakers, they're like, you know what, just put in the hard work. I'm like, you actually need money to even put in the hard work.
Yes, you do. You do. You need money for peace of mind. You need money to finance your projects. You need money to keep things going. So really, I'd say passion, consistency, patience, being original, like really focus on being original. If you see everybody's making pink t-shirts, why don't you make purple t-shirts? Or there's so many different, but I think just this being consistent, being passionate, understanding your customer, understanding your brand values, knowing your identity, that comes as you grow. That comes not as you have experience. So just be patient with yourself. Give yourself time. Yeah.
There you heard it. Be patient and give yourself time. But talking about, let's just go to Afrobeats. When we talk about Afrobeats has gotten a lot of recognition globally. And then I want to now go to fashion. I know that our fashion designers are really doing well and everything, but what do you think is the future of, I want to say Nigerian fashion because we're in Nigeria, so what do you think is the future of Nigerian fashion globally and for amazing designers like you?
I think it is about building the industry to support the businesses.
So building here first?
So you have fashion. Yeah, the fashion industry is it's not just fashion designers. It consists of many other things. It consists of PR, it consists of manufacturers, it is suppliers, it's people who make buttons, there's so much stuff. And I think at the moment, because the fashion industry is growing in Nigeria, it's only just starting to expand. So to be able to become global brands out of Nigeria, we need an industry that can support us. An industry. I need to be like, okay, you know what? I need pink buttons. It's easy. I know where to get pink buttons from. There's pink buttons in abundance. We should be able to get to that point. In good time. Yeah. So I think in terms of fashion, yes, we need to build an industry that supports designers.
Yeah, but do you think the government is helping with that as well?
Yeah, I know that the government are putting together some initiatives to support designers, not even just creators in general. In terms of, especially like with IP law, lots of different things. A lot of these conversations I had behind closed doors, but when they're ready to come forward with something, then they let the public know. But I know there are many conversations which I myself have been part of that are the government.
Do you want to share a little bit? On our show?
I mean, they're
spill the tea a bit.
There are definitely conversations where not even just me as a designer, other designers are involved, and we meet with people who can actually make these changes, and we share our concerns and areas where we can be supported. And I know these conversations are going beyond the room we're in, and I know that with constant lobbying and also supporting our leaders to let them know what we actually need goes a long way.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, talking about support, do you think there's unity in the fashion And Banke, you're gonna be honest right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Because sometimes we hear stories of, the pulling down, or the stories of, someone copying your exact style and making it, selling for lesser, selling for higher.
Yes.
We don't know.
Yes.
The way you're saying yes is like you've experienced it.
No. It happens.
Yeah.
Even when I was at art school, that happened all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very competitive industry. The trends. Everyone's trying to jump on the same trends. Everyone's trying to make money to survive.
True.
Especially in Nigeria. Sorry, can you repeat your question?
So I'm talking about like the pulling down syndrome. In every industry we have it. Entertainment industry we have it.
There is.
Banking sectors we have it. In the industry for fashion as well. How is it? Is it a lot?
Yes, it's a lot. It is a lot.
Oh really? And I thought it was not going to be too much because it was fashion.
It is a lot, and you see it. But it's you know what? Sometimes that really drives you, and that. A bit of competition is not a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? It really pushes you. I definitely know when I was designing Oceans, I was kind of like, I want to do something that nobody else has done. I want to do what I do in a different way that would really be like, wow. And I feel as if I didn't have competition, I don't know what I would have pushed myself that far to create something that was that magical.
Yeah. But have you ever been in a scenario where, a fellow colleague, you can spill the tea here, a fellow colleague had, done something that hurt you in terms of what we're talking about, in terms of the pulling down syndrome in the fashion industry?
I would say I've definitely seen things, but I look at it from I try not to take it.
Okay, so let me put it this way. What is that one thing that has really hurt you? One thing that's happened in regards to what I'm talking about that has really, really hurt you?
I mean, you just see a lot. You see imitations, and I think after you, like, for example, now I've just put out my collection. I know what I went through to create that collection. I know the pain, the tears, the sleepless nights, and then I've been through months of this, and then you just see someone copying it overnight. You're just like, do you know what I went through to? So it's really the journey. That's the part that hurts, because you're just like, I went through so much. But then, good design is copied. So you should feel like, my friends are always like, oh, you should feel like you are being innovative, and you should take it as a compliment. But I'm just like, it took so long.
I know, right? So long. But do you think we should get to a point where we sue those people? Do you think? Will Nigeria ever get to that point where somebody has done an imitation of what you've done, your hard work, your sweat, and like, you know what, I'm taking you to court?
I know that. I mean, harsh letters are definitely sent out to people, for sure. But it takes such a long time, and it takes so much energy. And, generally people who copy are not forthcoming. They're defensive. So are you really going to put... As a designer, I spend so much time trying to fix my mind and spending time like trying to get my mind in the right place. Am I going to allow that situation to drag me back?
No.
Instead of focusing on moving forward, because nothing is already out there. It's out there. It's done. So what are you now telling them? It's there already. So,
but do you think there can be any laws put in place for that?
There are laws put in place.
But are they working?
They can work. Yes, they can work. It just all over the world, it takes a long time to get to the point where you guys are both in court and you're suing and you're doing. In that time, you could have created like 100 designs that could take you further than that design you're trying to say. But it is important sometimes to make that statement and push forward with legal action, just so people know that you're taking this seriously. But you have to just find that balance.
And it's so sad because something like that happened in Ghana. I'm not going to mention her name, but someone was imitating her clothes here in Nigeria. So because I'm in Nigeria, she reached out to me and she was like, let's send a strong warning to this person. And the person's reply was that, you are not God, you got the idea, so I can also steal your idea.
Ma'am.
And it's so bad that sometimes you get people reply you like that.
Yes, exactly. And are you really going to, as a country, as an industry of designers, we're all, I've been doing this now for December is going to be the 5th year. There's still so many things I have to deal with and learn and build for myself. Am I going to spend all that time taking the insult or someone responding to me in that way, instead of putting my energy in what's really going to propel me even further? So as a young designer, you've got to think about that balance. Of course, designers have been going on for 20 years. They have, they have their system in place, so they can spend that time doing that.
But I hear you're very rich, Banke.
Why would you say that?
I hear that you're swimming in money with fashion. So take me through, how is the finance doing for fashion designers in Nigeria? I hear you guys are cashing out a lot. Is it true?
Why would you say that? I think
word on the streets. That's what I heard. What you about to say? We don't have.
No, we work hard. No, I will not put that in the atmosphere. We have in Jesus' name.
Okay.
But, we work hard and we put it back in the business. And I want to get to the point where we're putting it back in the business and we're also putting it back in communities. So I really believe in building my community around me. Let's build each other up. So. Yes, we are. We're selling our pieces. We're putting it back in the business to grow the business, so we can do more, make more, create more jobs, and just generally be a positive brand.
Well, you mentioned December is going to make you 5 years.
Yes.
Do you think that you're going to do like a lot of give back concerning learning, like maybe teaching people, have an academy, just like you spoke about community work, just trying to inspire people, that young minds that want to get into fashion?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already doing that.
Okay.
So I was part of the Threads Africa competition, which was run by Olori Atuashi. And the winners all the judges are giving them mentorship. They're definitely people that I meet, and they're like, Banke, please can you have a conversation with me? And I have conversations with them, and I genuinely want people to win, because I think if the industry does need that strength, as I know, like Nigerians sometimes feel like that I have to be, if it's not just me, then no one else. But we all have to win to make the world go round. You can't do it on your own. And I really, there's definitely some girls that I have been speaking to, and even by their passion and their ideas, their ideas are so fresh. I'm just like, I really want you to win. Like, how can we structure this so you are comfortable and you're making enough money that you're paying your bills and you're sleeping at night, and then from there you can then think about growing and new things. But it's
so
amazing.
when we're speaking, before we got deep into the interview, you said your parents were always wondering that, okay, will this be able to sustain her? Can she take care of herself? So it seems like you're taking care of yourself right now with the fashion.
I definitely am able to. I'm able to take care of myself, and I'm able to also take care of my staff.
High five, girl! I hope you're taking care of family too.
Yes,
as well.
People are depending on me. I have no choice.
Yeah.
So yes.
Well, what is the future for Banke Kuku? And also, before I want you to answer that, I also want to know about your creative process, because I've seen some of your pieces and it's just beautiful. I must say, fantastic work that you've been doing. But I want to know the creative process. How long does it take you? The sleepless nights. How many days? How many weeks? Months?
Do you know, this collection took me? I thought I started early, but everything just took so much longer. When we were casting models, we casted models like 4 times, going back and forth, hair, makeup, the design, the prints, trying, doing sample prints, sample pieces. We just kept going. I don't know whether it's because I have the way my mind, I become a bit of a, when I have something in my mind, I need to see it like translate. I don't mind things changing, but then I have it when I have a vision. I really want to see that come through. So I think maybe before I would almost not settle for less, but I'll be like, I'll just be like, okay, well, this is good enough. But now I think I've reached the point and like, no, this is my vision, and I really want to see that through. So maybe that's why the collection took a lot longer, and there was a lot more back and forth. I don't know, it just seemed like a lot longer. Just like everything.
How long?
Wow, like 6 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I felt like everything that could go wrong went wrong, but we fixed it. And I think that's part of the journey. That's part of the process, and that's really, I really appreciate what I do. I really appreciate the people around me as well, because I'm just like, we really got it together at the end, didn't we?
Yeah,
so,
exactly. But almost 5 years. I'm liking to use the almost 5 years, because in December it'll be 5 years. If you look back, any regrets?
Absolutely not. I think, of course, things. There are things that didn't go wrong. Many things that didn't go wrong. So it didn't go wrong. Many things that didn't go right.
Okay.
Many things that didn't go right, but that's part of the learning process. And I feel as if, if I didn't experience those things, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I'm on a journey, and I'm loving it. And loving it doesn't mean that everything is perfect. Loving it is enjoying the process and accepting the things that are not perfect, and putting your mind to kind of make them work. Yeah.
But Banke, who are some of the designers in Nigeria right now that you look up to, that you're like, okay, you're doing a fantastic job, and thumbs up?
I mean, there are a few designers that are not designing at the moment. Princess Abba is one of them, and I spent some time with her recently on a project we were both working on, and her advice was was so good, and I feel like she's really lived a full life. She's someone that is quite inspiration. She, as at her age, she's still bursting with life, and she's a woman's woman. So she's someone that really inspires me. There's so many designers that are doing amazing things. I cannot think of my mind. Your mind
exactly.
But there's so many designers doing incredible things in the fashion space in Nigeria, throughout Africa as well. And yeah, but I really respect their craft. And I mean, there's definitely one. Sorry, I'm hitting the microphone. There's a designer that I recently spent time with, Ugo Moye, and he, just speaking to him about his inspiration, and just seeing his journey, him creating literally pieces for kings, dresses kings, and that I mean, I really respect what he does. Yeah.
But what has been your biggest achievement so far? What you sit down in your house and Banke, you did this one. What has been that biggest achievement for you?
I think just thinking about my journey from when I was in school, and I always wanted to be a creative, and having I was always really inspired by I don't know, one day having, when I went to art school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be a creative. I loved art, drawing and painting and stuff, and just really finding who I was as a designer is enough for me to be like, wow, I can't believe I am finally knowing who I am, and I'm having the confidence to say who I am, and I even have the confidence to push out collections and be like, pushing out collections is one of the hardest things for a designer, because you feel so vulnerable. And a question I always ask my team: are you confident in this collection?
Have you ever had a bad collection? Honest Bible.
I've had pieces that have not performed well.
Okay.
Definitely. And it's from those pieces you learn. Okay, we'll never do that again. Or prints that have not performed well. Definitely, yes, I have. And then you kind of change and you have to listen to your consumers as well. That's really what being a designer is about.
Well, if you were not doing design, you were not doing all of this, you were not in the act, what do you think? Do you think you'll have been like a banker or a lawyer? I think you'll have been a nurse.
A nurse? You think so? Why?
I think you just look like a kind nurse.
Really?
What do you think you would have been?
I don't know. I think I might have gone into some kind of philosophy, psychology.
Okay.
Helping people nurture their minds, reading. I like that. I like that kind of thing. I like being mindful. I like
very demure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, can't imagine a life where I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What a beautiful conversation it has been. I can sit with you and talk for days, and we'll just be gisting, and we'll be sharing some of the money from the fashion. But Banke is still with me. We're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we have our fun segment. We have games, and we're going to put her to the test. Are you ready?
I'm ready for you.
Okay, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, welcome back. I still have Banke Kuku right here with me, and we're about to play some games. We're about to do the Mogul Money Cast. First of all, chop knuckle before we start. Chop knuckle. So you don't fall my hand. So we have from 1 to 72. So you're going to pick a number. I'm going to give you a hint, and you're going to give me the answer. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, Banke, let's do this. So go, pick a number.
7.
7, okay. So a British entrepreneur who founded a music streaming service that disrupted the traditional music industry model.
Spotify.
Okay. One closable for you. That was a good one. Okay, so pick again.
17.
Okay, 17. I'll just go over to 17. And okay, this one's hard. Okay, it says this Nigerian tech entrepreneur founded a company that provides digital finance service to the
an entrepreneur that was digital finance on OPay.
Go again, you're close. No, we even want the name. Okay, but if you tell me the name of the brand, it's fine. Okay, so let's go. You're close. Keep going.
Money Point.
Should we help her? It starts from P. Keep going.
Paystack.
Oh, okay, so half. We'll give her half because you know with everything. So we'll give you half. Do you know his name?
I know Ezra is one of them.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll just give you half for that. Okay, so you have one more. So pick another number.
70.
70. Oh, okay.
All sevens.
Okay, let's go to number 70. Okay. So number 70 says a Nigerian media mogul who founded. This is too simple. I don't think I want to give you this one.
Oh.
Should I give her 70? No. Okay, so it says a Nigerian media mogul who founded one of the country's top urban TV channels, specializing in entertainment and lifestyle.
A Nigerian top
media mogul who founded a TV station, an urban TV station that specializes more in lifestyle and entertainment.
Linda KG?
No, this is a TV
show.
It's simple. A TV station is simple.
A TV station?
Yes. And let me take it again. A Nigerian media mogul who founded one of the country's top urban TV channels, specializing in entertainment and lifestyle. Channels is news.
Oh. I don't know.
Let's give her a sec. But we have... Okay, so give me 3 entertainment stations entertainment and lifestyle stations in Nigeria.
Spice TV.
You are close because it's the owner. No, you're not. It's not close. It's not the owner. Go again. Okay.
Am I meant to say the owner or the channel?
The owner and the channel. But go again. Just go. Name another one.
Spice TV. Can I get a bit of help from the...
Okay, it starts from H.
Is it Arise?
No, that's news. It starts from H. I want you to get this one. It starts from H.
Sorry.
It starts from H.
H. I don't know.
The man is like a short man like this. God, let not call me out. He's a short, dark man. His name starts from A. They're helping you, but you're not even getting it. So it's Hip TV, Ayo Anima Show. A big shout out to Mr. Ayo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ayo. I actually knew that. I just forgot.
Oh, please. So we still have another game. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
So this one, I think overall, let's say 5/10.
No. I would say like 8.5.
Okay. So this one, I'm going to, you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to tell me the full of what it means.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Microsoft plus books plus computer.
So who is the person?
Microsoft. How would I forget? So who's the person that started this?
Yes.
Microsoft. How could I forget Microsoft?
Okay. Plus books.
Microsoft books, computer, Macintosh. What is it?
Look at it again.
Microsoft
books
plus
laptop.
Plus laptop. So Microsoft. It's a. Okay, I give up.
It's Windows.
Oh, Windows.
So.
Oh, Windows. I'm lost.
So Windows.
Yes.
Books and laptop.
Windows, books, laptops.
Going.
Windows, laptops, books. I don't know.
Going. Should we tell her?
Yes.
Bill Gates.
Oh. No, you guys cannot air that. You guys cannot
it's
air.
Going. Sorry.
You guys cannot
are you
air
going
that.
to bribe me with one outfit?
I will not allow that to be aired.
So that's why you need to get this one.
Okay. This one.
So, Facebook.
Facebook, 3D something, and Infinity something.
So yeah, very simple.
I know.
Facebook.
I know. It's just
Facebook.
Everyone's
the owner. You see, I keep highlighting on fake Facebook.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, half. We're gonna give you half. Okay. So the last one.
Amazon. The world.
Amazon. Amazon.
Amazon.
Name starts with J. Amazon.
Jeff Bezos.
Give me a high five if you tried. But you're not done yet. You still have some more games. But we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we do that. Don't go anywhere. It's fun times with Banke Kuku. Hello, my people. You're still watching MTN Career Series, and I've been having a fantastic conversation with Banke Kuku. And she's been getting the game, so, but we're taking her to a harder level. So we're going to do acronyms, but you need to answer all in 30 seconds. And we're looking at business and tech, so that's the angle we're going with. So the first one, CRM.
Customer
KPI.
Management.
KPI.
KPIs, performance index.
ROI.
Return on ROI investment.
CAC.
CAC.
MVP.
Most valuable person.
UI. UX.
UX.
ERP.
I'm done.
Amazing. Banke Kuku, no, you got some. Amazing. You got some. But thank you so much. It's been fantastic having you on the show. I have learned a lot just having you on the show. I've learned something, and that's that people need to understand that when you're getting into something, parents also need to support your children, because look at her now. She's doing really, really well. But before I even let you go, I just want you to give encouragement to young people. Just a quick one.
Nothing good comes easy. Time is everything. I know everything seems like instant, but really you need good work takes time and consistency.
All right, thank you so much, Banke. It's been a beautiful episode, but not to worry, we're back again with another banging and smashing episode. My name is Ria Abdul. Have a beautiful time, and yellow all the way.